Are you caring for a parent with dementia all by yourself? That's Jennifer's story. No siblings, no spouse, a small church. Her mom is 84 years old with Alzheimer's, and Jennifer knows she needs more support, but admits she doesn't ask for it. And maybe you have been there too, carrying the whole load, worried about asking for help, and running yourself ragged. Hey, Christian Care Companion. Welcome back to Dementia Caregiver Support for Christians, the podcast where I help Bible-believing Christians maintain their health and spiritual well-being so you can steward this calling well and finish strong in Christ. Today, we're talking about how to build real support as a solo caregiver, because trying to do this on your own is not sustainable, and it isn't stewardship. You do not need to be alone. That is why I created the Christian Dignity Society. For a one-time small investment, less than $100, you can have lifetime access to steady, faith-centered Christian support. There is a monthly Ask Me Anything call. We have opportunity to pray with and for each other, and you will find curated content at your fingertips with a safe place to bring me your questions in between. And if you join before the end of this year, I'll personally welcome you in to the community in a 15-minute call. You will find the link in the show notes, or you can join on our website, thinkdifferentdementia.com. Or if you're not ready, my next live workshop is on Saturday, October the 4th at 12 p.m. noon. It is a brand new workshop, and you'll walk away with tools that you can use right away. Register at thinkdifferentdementia.com/WSL. Now, let's hear a episode of live dementia caregiver support in action, where we talk with Jennifer about how to build practical support when you are a solo dementia caregiver. Hello, Jennifer. Nice to meet you. And I'm going to ask you, in 6 months, what needs to have changed for you to be able to say that your caregiving journey is easier? And that could be anything like you're less stressed, or there's better communication, or you feel like you have more support. So tell me what would make your caregiving journey easier.
That I feel like I have more support.
Okay. So that you feel like you have more support. And now, what do you believe is getting in your way of feeling like you have more or enough support?
Because I don't ask for help enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that is a good answer. So we already know where we need to start then. So let me
Right.
ask the question this way. What is holding you back from asking for more support?
I guess because people are busy with their own families.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask some clarification questions now so I can get a little bit of context. Who is the person that you are helping that lives with dementia?
My mom.
Your mom. And does
Mhm.
your mom live with you?
Yes.
Okay. And is there a Mr. or
No.
kids in the picture?
No, there's no Mr. or kids in the picture.
Okay. And tell me about mom.
Yeah. Dad's passed away about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just both of us.
Okay, so it's just you and your mom. How
Mhm.
long has she lived with you?
Well, I've lived with her for the last 4 years
Okay,
plus.
so since but was it before your dad passed or only after?
It was before.
Okay. So were you your dad's caregiver too?
Well, were. We both supported each other.
Okay. Were the two of you supporting mom or were you supporting mom and dad?
I was supporting mom at the time when dad had health issues.
Okay. But your dad did not have a diagnosis of dementia.
No,
All right. So did they move in with you or did you move in with them?
I moved in with them.
Okay. So you moved in with your mom and dad so that you could help your dad take care of your mom who has dementia. And your dad started to have health issues, and then you kind of took care of him until he passed. And now you're
Right.
taking care of mom. Now, do we know what type of dementia your mom has, or how many years has she had it?
Well, her doctor says she has Alzheimer's dementia, and I I noticed memory problems, mm, maybe before he passed away during the pandemic.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for that context. That helps me a lot. Now, how old is your sweet mama?
She is 84.
84 years old. And
Mhm.
other than her changes related to the process that she is going through, do you know kind of where she is? Is she still able to do things by herself and you just supervise from a distance? Or are you reminding her and sequencing through everything? Or have we gotten to the I'm needing all the help with everything stage?
I'm at the reminding her stage.
Okay. So kind of that middle bucket, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, do you have sisters or brothers that can help you?
No,
No siblings. You're
only child.
okay. So you're caregiving by yourself.
Mhm.
What about a church?
Our church members did help us. She needed to set up power of attorney through a lawyer, so
Hmm.
she set that up.
Okay. A couple more questions for context. Do you live in a fairly not rural, but not, you live where where there's access to services or you live pretty remote?
Yeah, we live where there's access to services.
Okay. And how big is your church? Is your church big enough to provide you with a little bit more tangible support?
Not really. We're a smaller church.
Okay. Do your pastors and elders or leadership of the church know that you are helping your mom?
Yes.
Okay. And do you still work outside the house?
Yes, I do.
All right. So when you're at work, is your mom still able to be home alone?
That's what I wondered about. So,
Okay.
well, I mean, she usually works out in the yard, but do. I'm concerned about her safety.
Tell me about that. What are you noticing that has you worried about her safety?
Just like misplacing keys for the house if
Okay.
she
Does she
goes out.
drive? Does she
Mhm.
still drive?
Oh, no.
Okay. Good.
She's I don't have to worry about that one.
Good, good. Now, in your community where you live, are there neighbors that can kind of keep a distant eye on your mom?
Well, a lot of them work during the week, so I don't
Okay.
know if they're at home or not.
Okay. So, what kind of strategies have you put in place to keep mom safe while you're at work?
I usually call her on when I'm on my break or I come see her.
Okay. Is mom still managing a phone?
Yes, a ground line. She doesn't have a
A
cell phone.
landline. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you can call mom on the landline. Now, do you use internet at home?
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right. So we have two things that we're going to talk about real quick. The
Okay.
the first one that we're going to talk about is that you mentioned right from the beginning asking for more help, right?
Okay.
So we have to kind of unpack that a little bit. And then the second thing is we've got to start to talk about either strategies to keep mom safe or we need to talk about looking towards what solutions, technological solutions you can use for some supervision. Okay?
Okay.
So the first thing is, what is holding you back from asking for more help? What's your concern?
That they might say that they will, and then they get too busy and then forget.
Okay. Has that happened?
And sometimes it has happened. Like people get busy and it's like, oh yeah,
But was it a incidental, "Oh, I'll help if I'm able," or was it a scheduled on somebody's calendar and they forgot?
it was a, oh, I'll help if I'm able.
Okay. So that's no help at all. Literally, when somebody says, "Oh, that," I call them the incidentals, right? "Oh, yeah, I'll come over and help. Just let me know if I can help." That's
Yeah.
really not scheduled help. So a way around that is I teach people to take a piece of paper.
Mhm.
Let me take a step back. I believe people are willing to help you. And I also believe, and I know you are right, people are busy. But the workaround is that people are not busy when it's on their calendar.
Okay.
So it's that busy that says, I'm going to, oh, I'll get to it if I have time, right? Nobody's going to step in and help you in that situation. I'm just being honest, right? But what I want you to
Right.
do is I want you to come up with a list of things that would be helpful to you. And the things that typically, based on what I've heard about your life, Jennifer, is that would be helpful to you are things like maybe a couple of meals a week. You work full time, right? Or somebody coming and once a week or once every other week or once a month, taking your mom out on a Saturday so you can get a break and maybe do something without being on duty, right? Or mowing the lawn or helping with whatever. And they can be
Mm.
little things. They don't have to be huge, big things. But I believe that what happens is the church is willing to help and the church doesn't know how. Because what we do is we tend not to be tangible or specific about what we need. And I'll use this as an example. I'm an occupational therapist by background, and one of my close friends, we're going to actually have lunch with them tomorrow. She's also an occupational therapist, and I did a presentation at their church, and her biggest takeaway was I told her, I used this exact strategy and say, come up with a list, tell people to write a list, keep it in your purse. If somebody says these words, oh, let me know how I can help, you already have it ready in your purse and you whip out the list and say, this is what I need help with. What on this list can you help me with? And put it in your calendar right now.
Okay.
So it's a two-step. Here's what I need help with. When can you do it? And put it in your calendar. And we'll
Okay.
make an appointment. We'll both put it in our calendars. So I know, because the difference is that open-ended, oh, let me know if I can help, versus some dear friends of ours right now she's battling cancer and she's getting ready to go to the Lord. And there's a meal train, and my little name is on the list to take a meal, not this coming Monday, but the Monday after. Guess what? I'm not going to forget to take a meal because it's a scheduled thing, right? So that
Yeah.
is a strategy, a technique that you can use to actually get it on the calendar and get tangible help for some of the little things. Because it sounds like your mom is still pretty independent because you can leave her home alone for periods of
Mhm.
time. So maybe that'll make it a little easier for you to actually take action and ask people for a specific thing. Because they can look at the list and they can say, there's nothing on that I can do. But maybe that's enough for them to say, but oh, I can do this. And then would this be helpful to you? And then Jennifer says yes or no, right?
Right.
So that's the first strategy I want you to do. Now, the second thing, let's talk about safety at home related to your
Okay.
mom. One of the biggest ways that I know that somebody is not safe to be home by themselves is the following. Is if they do not have the ability anymore to scan their environment and find something that is out of sight. For example, if I'm hungry, I know that I can walk to a fridge and I can open a fridge and find food inside, even though I don't see it. Right? So you and I
Yeah.
know if I'm sitting at my desk, if I have something located in my drawer and I want it, I know I have to open the drawer to get it. When a person gets to a point in their changes in their brain where they cannot scan and find something that is out of sight, they are not safe to be home alone. So that gives you a way of knowing when your mom is not going to be safe. Having said that, you're a solo caregiver of a mom who is 84 with dementia. If your mom lives long enough, she is going to need 24-hour care.
Yeah.
And so we need to start to think and plan ahead for what is that going to look like? What are your options? Have you done asset protection? Does your mom have some money that you can pay for paid caregivers? Do we have the ability for her to perhaps go to a adult day program if we get to that place? All of these things are things that I want you to start to think through.
Okay.
Because if you're working full time still and your mom is at home and she's 84, my granny lived to be 94, right? If she lives another 10 years, what is the plan? And so that's going to be the next thing that I think you need to start to think through and know what your options are if you get to the point where your mom needs 24 hours supervision. Because if you, for your own financial reasons, need to continue to work, then we can't throw mom under the bus, but we have to come up with a solution.
Right.
So that's going to be the next step, Miss Jennifer. Okay? Doctors tend to say, oh, if you ask a doctor, if you ask a healthcare provider, typically, will somebody with dementia need 24-hour care? They're going to tell you maybe. Because the reality is some people don't because they never get there. They pass away before they got to that point. But what I want you and listeners to know is that if the person living with dementia lives long enough with this process, they will need 24-hour care. So we have to plan for that. Are we ever going to necessarily get there? Maybe not. But when we do it the other way around, when we're like, we're not going to need it, and then we do, then all of a sudden we're like, I don't know what to do because I didn't think it through.
Right.
Right? So we need to start to think about what some of your options or solutions could be. Because you mentioned you're not married, you have no siblings, so we need to find the right level of support around you, which we need to know what your options for facility-based care may be, or what your options for paid caregivers in the house might be. And the way I want you to unpack that is think through, what are your mom's assets? What does she have that you could use to provide her with the care she needs so that you can continue to work? Because what frequently happens is that the adult daughter or the adult son do not want to use their parents' money because be they want to steward it well. They don't feel, they don't believe that using that money so that they can go to work is good stewardship. But it is, because we've got to remember, if you're your mom's only heir, if she doesn't have any other children, when your mom passes away, her assets become yours. You will inherit them. But that inheritance is going to do you no good if you have lost your health in the process in trying to take care of her. Okay? So I know this was a lot. It was a lot. Now tell me, what is one thing that you can do after today's conversation to take a step towards making it easier and either asking for care, help, or looking at what your options are? What is one step that you can take, Miss Jennifer?
Making a list of what needs to be done.
Okay. I think that's a very good place to start. A very, very good place to start. So was that helpful?
Yes, it was.
Good. Wonderful. Well, I am so excited that you're here in our community, that you are willing to come on the podcast and talk to me, because you're not the only person who is in this specific situation, a solo caregiver helping someone. So I'm very grateful that you're willing to be here, Jennifer. And just for your interest, and if you are interested, I did a thing today. I inadvertently started a community because I fly by the seat of my pants. I woke up this morning and said, I'm going to do this. So I will send you an email. I started a community that is a $97 lifetime access community. Okay. So for $97, you can join. And once a month, I will have calls like this where you can come on and ask me questions. How does that sound to you?
That sounds great.
Okay. So I will send you a link to sign up if you're interested. There is no pressure. If you join, I'd be excited. If you choose not to, I will still serve you. I will still be here, and you can come to the Ask the Dementia Coach as many times as you like.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
That
You'll
will
just
help.
get a little more help and support in the community.
Yeah, I did. I think I went to ask the dementia coach meeting, and you said that we needed to get power of attorney set up, and
Yes.
I had some elders and our pastor from our church help me set that up.
Good. Good, good, good. So, Jennifer, you're taking the right steps. I'm proud of you. You're doing the things that is going to make this journey easier for you, okay?
Thank you.
You are welcome.
That helps a lot.
Oh, for sure. All right, Jennifer, it was nice speaking with you. I will see you soon, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome
Mhm.
so much. Bye. People who are really benefiting from the community are the people who joined earlier on before they need it, and that have been active and are participating in the community, because then they already know what questions to ask and they have a place to come, and they're not constantly wondering, what do I need to do? How do I need to do it? So people listening are interested in tapping into or learning about the community. I'd invite you to just go to the website, thinkdifferentdementia.com. There's a link for you to schedule a 20-minute call. There's no pressure. I'll serve you regardless of whether you join the community or not. But it is a way for you to take this relationship a little deeper, a little bit more hands-on support, because really the research also shows it's longitudinal support over time.
Absolutely.
For sure. I would highly recommend Lizette. She's awesome.
Tracy, I appreciate that endorsement.